My first thoughts are that I thought our guys certainly fought hard. The only part that bothered me today was the start of the second half. I just thought we had about a 3-minute stretch or 4-minute stretch where we just didn't play with the urgency that I thought we had. We finished the first half and had a 7-point lead. We gave it away so quick. That's what bothers me. After that, I thought we played with great courage. Our guys played hard. They executed some things down there right at the end. But that was frustrating for us. It's a lesson, I guess, you got to keep learning. These guys got to learn. Can't come out in the second half with that kind of casual attitude for a couple minutes. Even though it was only a few minutes, it evaporated our lead. So I think Miami is extremely talented. I really do. I watched their game against Duke. Rodriguez and McClellan are high-level players. They're hard to guard, hard matchups, tough matchups. But we went through a long stretch, couldn't make a shot. Some of that was because of their defense. Some of it was we just missed some shots. We missed some around the basket, couldn't get the ball in the rim, and we couldn't get to the foul line. We ended up taking 4 foul shots, so that wasn't very good either. So, perfect storm offensively where I thought we didn't play nearly as well as we could have.
Mark, this situation now, I think it's something like 10 or 11 in a row now where you alternate wins and losses.
I don't have any. Yeah, who knows? Some of it's who you're playing, your opponent. Some of it's, who knows? But, there are very few easy games in the league. We come back home and we get Notre Dame, who's obviously playing very well this year. So you just got to get yourselves ready to play. And it's like Miami. Tell me how many teams in the country you think going to go into Cameron Indoor and pound them by 20 like they did. And you can't just say, oh, that was just a one-night kind of wonder. I mean, they beat them bad. And so this is a good team. Miami's good.
Monique was saying there was something of a sense of accomplishment there at halftime. Felt like you guys were maybe in control. Or
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. I mean, really. And then, I think that
that hasn't really been a problem for you guys.
No, it hasn't been a problem. So that was one for me that was very frustrating. They took the ball out one time, and I got 5 guys kind of walking, back to the defense, and they pitched up the floor real quick and got an and one. We weren't ready to play. Now that's only a couple minutes of the second half, but it was just that was disappointing. That's not been the case with our team. I have no idea what in the world our guys were thinking, but they got out of that pretty quick. The problem was we lost what we gained, and when you're on the road. It's hard to gain that sometimes, and then gain it again, and so that was difficult.
The situation with the fan in the last few seconds.
Yeah.
When were you made aware of that?
Just after the game, my daughter right behind me. She showed it to me on her phone, and it's unfortunate. I don't think it was a really hard shove. Certainly you don't want fans putting their hands on players. That should never happen anywhere, certainly. But we'll move on from it, and and obviously glad nothing ever escalated, but it's unfortunate.
All coaches are different, but you were in a similar situation, end-game scenario. Carolina, you're down 3, you have the ball, Roy fouled you. Were you expecting Larinaga to foul there?
Yeah, and I was hoping we could somehow get one off before they did, but I thought they may. And, we had a couple things set up. We actually ran a couple things pretty well. We ran one, and Ralston had a wide-open shot, missed it. Then we ran another one, which he scored on. Those guys did a great job executing. But, we thought, I was anticipating a foul. I was somehow hoping we could maybe get one off before they did. But it's a good coach on it.
Coach, Miami's communication on defense, is it comparable to most of the better teams that you face in the ACC?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I don't know that it's better than everybody else, but yeah, it's certainly good. And their wings are big. When they go with Reed and McClellan, they got length, size. Probably bothered Trevor and Ralston a little bit. Those 2 guys. So
when you're coaching a lot of new guys like he is that one of the toughest things to do? Is getting guys to communicate?
Hard thing to do. We deal with it too. And
yeah, he's got a lot of good.
you know, we talked about it even today because we switched a lot of times with their ball screens, and but to do that, you know, you've got to really communicate well. Sometimes young guys, they haven't really figured that out just yet. So it's obviously something you just keep teaching and emphasizing all the time.
In the beginning of the second half, it's kind of a combination of that defense and you guys, or do you attribute it more to Miami, or was it more?
Well, I don't ever want to take anything away from them because, you know, if we hold somebody to a poor percentage, you know, we like to think it's all us. But so they did a nice job. But I also think we just had, we had 2 turnovers at halftime. We had 8 in the second half, 8 turnovers. 2 or 3 of those were just casual. Just I'm casual with the ball. Cat had, you know, a couple, costly. Couldn't get the ball to go down with some open shots. We had the ball around the rim 4 or 5 times, just rolled around the rim and just rolled out of there. Just couldn't seem to get it in the basket. So if you think of, you know, 8 turnovers, we only took 4 foul shots for the game. You know, poor shooting night from the perimeter and a poor shooting night outside of Malik Early. Malik Early was great, but outside of that, and we still had a chance to win. So on one hand, that's pretty good. You know, with all those things happening, we missed too many shots, and you know, we got to make a few more shots.
How do you approach that for Notre Dame?
You just
right side of life, or?
Well, no, there's a lot of good things to build on, and got a lot of basketball left, so you just got to get ready to play the next contest and teach and coach and correct and all the things we do.
I know you have a lot of faith in Malik, or did you see him scoring first 12 points?
No, and I thought he was really, really good, and he's getting better. We're all watching it, and just needs to get a little more consistent, and because we need scoring inside. You know, like we throw the ball to BJ a couple of times, and he scored once, but then he travels, and then you know, we got to get more. They have to be more efficient when they have the ball in there. Kyle got a couple buckets, but just got to be a little more efficient inside when we win that.
On the free throws, I know you've had a couple other games where you've been in single digits as well. Is there something that you just all of a sudden don't drive, or what? You know.
I know people would love for me to say bad officiating. We got to do a better job getting to the foul line, and you know, I'm not one of those guys that, you know, likes to bark about, you know, officials and fouls.
Particularly
we got to get it in there and be a little stronger with it. You know, a couple of times even we tried to tip it in, and we could have pulled it down and taken it up there strong to the basket. And then, you know, we have Ralston and Trevor for our team. They go 7 for 25, which a lot of those are perimeter shots. Most of them are. Right. And usually for us, if those guys are making shots, it's a whole new ball game for us. You know, we're a different team. So tonight we had one of those nights. They go 7 for 25. We don't go to the foul line very much, not scoring very much, and so it ends up being a tough offensive half. Really, that second half was.
I know it's early, but how do you think the conference race now that they're sitting there?
You know, I don't know. I think there's a whole lot of teams that potentially could make the tournament. You know, I don't know what that number is, if it's 8 or 9 or 10, but boy, it seems like there's a lot. And there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of teams that aren't far apart. Just like a game like tonight, you know, it's a possession or two here or there, and a lot of times that determines what happens at the end of the year. But it's a great league. The depth of our league it's something I've never been a part of. I've never seen anything like it. And, you know, just like for us, if you think about our schedule, you know, it goes Pitt, Virginia on the road, then it goes Duke, Carolina, if I have this right, and then I think we go Florida State, Miami, both on the road. Then we come back with Notre Dame, who's I think 18-2 right now. And then you got Clemson, who just pounded Syracuse. They just pounded them at home. And so you start going down there and you say, okay, where's a pretty easy one in there? And there are not very many. It just shows the depth of our league. So, but you got to be good at it. We got to win. Period. Got to get it done. It's a GID. Got to get it done, and that's what I tell our guys. I ain't worried about excuses and all that. We just got to figure out how to do it. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, guys.